Welcome to the Art of Money podcast with Art McPherson.
And this is the Art of Money podcast with Art McPherson and Luke McCarty, artofmoneyradio.com for more information on the McPherson Financial Group or to schedule that initial complimentary consultation. We appreciate you listening. Now, let's get to the show. So talk to me about this. So, little peek behind the curtain. I'm getting these texts from Art and Julie. And I'm like, oh, this is cool. Oh, that looks like... Holy crap, that's Rip from Yellowstone. What is happening here? You were hanging out with the cast and crew from Yellowstone. And of course,
I'm like... Just two of them.
And the other guy was like...
Of course, the hottest one. In my humble opinion.
So I'm shooting texts back going, where are you? What is this? And instead of telling me what's going on, they'll just send me another good picture.
We were in Peoria. Okay. So it was a charity event and auction event out there. So we got involved in it through the charity group. And it's for a good cause. So we were out there doing that. Our good friends, Eddie, and he's been on the show before.
Oh, yeah.
He and his wife, Mary Anthony, introduced us to Yellowstone. So we went out there with them as a group, and the girls always just love Rip, right? So when we had the opportunity to do this, both wives were like, yep, and we're going. So we went out there, and I didn't even know this until we got out there. Literally where my mom grew up in Galva, Illinois was only 45 minutes away. And then where I was born out there in Illinois, it was a ton of fun seeing that. I hadn't been back there since I was born there because when I was only 3 weeks old, we got shipped out to Alaska because my dad was actually in the Air Force at the time. So ever since I can remember from the age of 2, I've lived here in Florida in Brevard County. But that was actually where it all started, right out there in Illinois. And it was only 45 minutes away from the event. So we went out there and checked it all out, sold the old farm and everything. So it was kind of cool.
So let me give the backstory to this a little bit.
See, here we go.
Art leaves out a lot of detail. So Eddie and Art are twins separated from birth.
Okay.
So
yeah, that's true.
They like to fill every block of time and be extremely active 24/7.
Yeah.
And so here we are. It's like, okay, we're in Peoria. Mm-hmm. What are we going to do? Because we needed to know how to pack and all that stuff too. So it's like, okay,
there's lots of corn, lots of fields.
Yeah. So I am looking up things to do in Peoria and I'm texting it to the group. So as we're driving, it's like, okay, what are we going to do? And then Art said where he was born. And it's like, well, I wonder where that is. So then here we found out that it was half hour, 45 minutes away. So I start texting his aunt to say, hey, what's the address? Where could we go? And I think she'd reached out to every family member that is still out there telling them that we were in town. I go, no, we're not having a family reunion. We just needed to fill a block of time before we go meet Rip.
So you meet Cole Hauser, who plays Rip. Yep. You also meet, his name is Jake Ream.
Yep.
He plays the character Jake on Yellowstone. Isn't he the chef or is he no, he's not chef.
He's one of the bunkhouse guys.
He's one of the bunkhouse guys, but he also owns all the horses. So
he's a real life cowboy.
He is a real life cowboy. Yes. And he is so super nice. Well, they both were.
Let's back up. You walk in and you see Cole, a.k.a. Rip, for the first time. Art, did Julie just putter or just murmur a little bit under her breath? Did she just giggle? What was that moment like for y'all?
Her and M.A., which they always talk about Rip, we're very happy. I'll just put it that
way. There was no murmur, no whatever. Because
Eddie who?
Here's my thing. Because I have never been a celebrity gaga type person at all.
Right.
Because they're just the same people as we are.
Mm-hmm.
They just have more money. More people know them,
sure.
Whatever. But I want to always be very respectful of their time and that. And so I don't gush and do all that.
Fanboy.
So you don't fanboy.
No.
Nothing wrong with that.
I'm not a stalker or anything like that. I'll sit back and Art's like, I just want to get one more picture. I'm like, Art, let it go. It's all right. No, I just want one more picture.
When you walk in and Art sees Rip, did he gush? Did he putter under his breath a little bit?
He was up there standing next to him for a hot minute before I even got out of my chair. Yes.
Hey, he walked by me. I was getting whiskey.
Was this, and I noticed you are both in your cowboy outfits, so this is obviously a cowboy-themed charity.
Oh, it was supposed to be Montana chic.
Ooh,
which I
Montana
had
chic.
no idea what that was.
That was the dress code.
I had no idea what that was. I'm like, okay, well, I don't have any cowgirl boots, so I'm like, well, I just have these little boots. I'll make it work. I'll just wear jeans and I'll make this work.
So what were they like? What were y'all talking about? What was the conversation like? Was Cole kind of standoffish? Was Jake a little like, I'm just kind of
No, he's just like Rip.
emotions?
He seemed to be just like Rip personality-wise.
Personalities, both so super nice. I was taking pictures first of Art with Cole Hauser. And then he goes, Mama, get up here. Mama, you need to get in this picture. And then he goes, ooh, this is going to be a good one. As he's hugging on my neck and, with his arm around Art too. He goes, look at the eyes in this picture. Oh my goodness. So he was a lot of fun. He, wanted to make sure that I was included in the pictures as well. And just very chatty. And it was super nice that, it wasn't no standoffish at all. So,
and the reason I say that is Art, we've done this before. We've been to charity golf tournaments. We've been to some charity events with some celebrities, and you can tell they're just checking it off the box. All right, I got to show up. I got to play around. Don't want to talk to anybody. But it's good to hear that there are celebrities out there. And, Yellowstone is at the height of its popularity right now, that Cole is still humble.
yes.
Not only that, I thought he would be there, do the meet and greet kind of a thing and be gone. We left before he left.
That's
Yes.
cool.
Yes, for sure. That's what I was going to say.
He got there about
didn't-
7. We left about 10:45 because Eddie and Emma had to be at the airport at 4 in the morning. So we left before they even did. So Jake and him were out there dancing with everybody, having fun, just hanging out and having a good time.
And just out of curiosity, how was the whiskey at this event?
It was phenomenal.
Yeah.
It was actually Yellowstone whiskey.
Oh, nice.
And it was, so I got a picture of it. So if we can find it, it is really good. A very, very big fan. Reminded me a lot of like a Macallan. Very, very good. I was very, very impressed with it. And when I was talking with Cole, asked him a couple questions about the show and if he thought it would continue. There's been a lot of rumors about it ending. He said, no, it'll continue. So I thought that was good. And then I was talking about Jake with it too. And he said, usually things like that get resolved. Usually it's money involved. And I said, yeah, that's true.
Did you hear about Kevin Costner's ex-wife?
I did.
Like she won't leave. Like a part of their prenup, but she's got to get out of the house, and apparently she's not leaving. More than that, now she's requesting. I think he was going to give her like $30,000 a month for alimony. Now she wants like $250,000 a month in alimony.
Oh my goodness!
Sounds so sweet.
I know, right?
Making his life difficult.
Don't get me wrong, Kevin Costner's pretty successful. Like he's got generational wealth, but $250,000 a month, that's going to cut through them savings pretty darn quick.
And that's why there's a standoff with negotiations.
Do you think, honestly, conspiracy theory, you think that's why there's all these conversations about hitting pause on Yellowstone for a little bit?
Yeah, I think that is part of the problem, just because if you looked, she was complaining, yelling loudly about his scheduling. And then he also is doing that other project. He's got a movie project he's developing that has like 4 segments to it. His original contract was like 65 days and he was trying to cut it down to like 10 days to finish off this season. So it's just been some trouble with getting him on set time, and then all the personal problems on top of it. I think it's just been a big mess.
Well, I'm glad y'all had a great time and good for y'all. And I'm looking at more of these pictures. We're going to post these at artofmoneyradio.com. You looking, what is it, Montana chic?
Montana chic.
Montana chic. I love that. So will you see these pictures at artofmoneyradio.com. So Art, this time last week, you weren't here.
We did a little match game.
We played a little McPherson Match Game.
All right.
I asked Julie 5 questions about you and how you would react to certain situations. So I want to see how much you really know each other.
Okay.
How long have y'all been married?
16 years.
All right. Question number 1. I said, Julie, what is Art's favorite part of the McPherson Financial Group? What's his favorite part?
Meeting with people.
Meeting with people. Can you expand on that a little bit? That's a great answer, but
kind
there's
of a
more
generic.
to it. Yeah.
When people come in, the first, second, and third appointment process and just helping people solve problems and just the energy of, being able to do that and talk with people and solve people's problems.
That's close enough, Julie.
So close, yes.
I'll say that.
I say yes.
Yeah. She goes, the feeling Art gets when people can finally say, we can retire, and more than that, we're also going to get a raise.
Yeah.
So
that's the ultimate fulfillment when you can finish that whole planning process for them. Yeah, I was being a little more generic than
exactly.
that.
All right, listen, Art. we got to talk about you. All right, so you got to get deep with us on these, okay?
All right.
All right, here we go. Next question on the McPherson Match Game here. Art won't admit it, but he's a softie for blank. So is there a movie, maybe pop music that you sing along to? Is there a girly TV show? What are you a softie for?
Kenny Chesney?
Oh, okay.
When we romantic music time?
Kenny Chesney.
I'm sorry, not Kenny Chesney, but
Kenny G?
Kenny G.
Kenny G.
Oh, I didn't say that at all.
Saxophone. Kenny G. At first I thought you said Kenny Chesney. I was like, yes? That's not really, but Kenny G.
The saxophone guy.
That is such a great answer.
That's better than my answer.
It is so wrong from what she said.
So wrong.
What did she say?
She said you are a softie for. Julie, you said...
For the Hallmark shows sometimes.
Oh, yeah. I'll watch those sometimes. Like, I'll be like, oh, gosh, here we go.
Because
Another Hallmark.
we get home and Mom's
But
watching
then sometimes
them.
they're good.
And then Mom always says, Art, you can put on whatever you want. He goes, no, it's kind of good. I'm watching it.
I just love the fact that you said Kenny G. That just makes me... You know how happy that makes me right now. Oh, as we're sitting here playing the McPherson Match Game here on the Art of Money, I mean, just...
There you go.
Just close your
Good
eyes.
mood music.
Just hold my hand. Look me
Hold
deep
on.
in the eyes,
I got to
Julie.
take a moment.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm in
Okay.
the moment.
Question number 3.
All right, question number 3.
See, she's getting all wound up. See, you can't do that to her.
Listen, we got some stuff to do this weekend, okay? All right, now we know. All right, you know, and this question was to Julie. I said, you know you've upset him. Well, how do you smooth things over? So, Julie, you know you've upset our McPherson, but you got to smooth things over. What do you do? Would it be more appropriate if it was...
Sounds good.
Solves
Before
everything.
Before that,
Before this.
Can y'all even look each other in the eye right now?
Oh, no. I'm crying.
we're dying.
All right, so you've upset him. How do you smooth things over before?
I don't know.
Keep professional here, Owens.
I don't know. She just tries to talk to me.
She said, no, she said just the opposite.
Oh, yeah, give me some time.
Yep,
Give me
that's
some
it. She
space.
said, give
That's
him.
exactly
And
what
I
I said.
definitely need that.
That's exactly what I said. Give him some
Yep,
space.
and then get all up in each other's space. All right, next question. What stresses out our McPherson at home? So what stresses you out, not at work, but at home?
Our house being disorganized.
Oh, that's a good one.
That is a good one. Because it does seem like over the past, year and a half, between
Year
the
and a half.
construction, house guest.
But we do have our backyard, thank the Lord.
Yeah.
That is our oasis.
Julie said what stresses you out at home is when she gets stressed out, and that stresses you out.
Well, that's true.
Because I said, you go into fix-it mode and you want to fix it for me. I said, I don't need you to fix it. I just need you to listen.
And that's probably the worst thing about guys. We always try to do that.
And then you have
there
to
are
give
those
him-
times where she just wants to download and not have me try to fix it just to listen.
So apparently, I'm striking out here. I don't know my husband of 16 years very well.
Well,
no, you
I mean-
do. It's just different answers. Nothing you have said is wrong.
Right. All right, one more for you. What stresses Art McPherson? What stresses you out at work? So at the McPherson Financial Group, kind of gets your blood boiling a little bit.
If I don't have enough time between appointments and everything has gotten too compressed and I don't have time to feel like to do the quality that I want to do.
Close enough. She said lack of communication when creating a plan. So maybe there's not enough time to put that plan together.
Not able to communicate with a team, not having the time to communicate with a team, something like that. Yeah.
I am twisting myself in a knot here trying to make these answers work to prove that you really do love each other.
Thanks for listening. Want more from Art McPherson of McPherson Financial Group? Find us online at artofmoneyradio.com.
We are an independent financial services firm helping individuals create retirement strategies using a variety of financial and insurance products to custom suit their needs and objectives. Securities offered through World Equity Group, Inc., member FINRA and SIPC, a registered investment advisor. Investment advisory services offered through ProStatus Group, LLC. McPherson Financial Group and ProStatus Group, LLC are separate entities and are not owned or controlled by World Equity Group, Inc. Exposure to ideas and financial vehicles discussed should not be considered investment advice or recommendation to buy or sell any financial vehicle. Past performance is not a guarantee of future results. Investments can fluctuate and when redeemed may be worth more or less than when originally invested. Investment financial professionals are not licensed in all 50 states. Art McPherson is not affiliated with nor endorsed by the Social Security Administration or any other government agency and does not provide legal or tax advice. Please consult with your attorney, accountant, and or tax advisor for advice concerning your particular circumstances. Annuity guarantees rely solely on the financial strength and claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. By contacting us, you may be provided with information about insurance and annuity products offered through Arthur McPherson. Florida Insurance License number A174725.
Today's show has been a work of art.